at the Finchley Park.
This is the Finchley Park. I'm very bad at doing a 360 view, so don't mind. I think this is an abandoned farm. I don't know.
I don't think it is, but
I think horses used to be there. I don't know, to place horses there. There's just so much land here. There's so much land here. Look at all this land. We found a very beautiful spot to maybe buy a home in the future. So pretty. You can see people there already building a house. Okay. It's under construction. And these are the other houses that are already built. There's more down there. It's a very beautiful spot. We fell in love with this place instantly. And then you can see all the beautiful mountains down there. And down there too. There's a lot of campsites all the way down there too. So we might go camping down there too. So very beautiful. That was funny. That's the first time that happened. Anyways, so they're constructing a house here too. So nice. Future home. There's houses all the way up there too. There's a little plaza down there too, which goes up, and then there's houses up there too. Very, very beautiful. Hey guys, it's been a while since I've made another vlog. I've been quite busy. Been getting ready to move out because I'm going to be moving again in the month of August. So we've been house hunting and we found the perfect place for us to move. So just been really busy with that lately. So yeah, I just catching up on these vlogs. Last week I did sound very frustrated. I was very frustrated in my previous vlogs, and I feel like it it was accumulation of a lot of things, like a build-up of a lot of things that I've gone through, right? It was a lot of challenging things, a lot of not abuse, well, in a way kind of was, but just went through a lot, and kind of just needed to release that. And with this eclipse that passed by this week, oh my gosh, it was worse. But that was in regards to like other personal issues that I had to deal with, and but I'm learning to kind of slowly kind of release a lot of things I've been suppressing within myself, and that's very healthy. It's very good for your throat chakra, because if you suppress a lot of things and don't release them, it's still good to release them, because in the future you can have certain consequences in regards to your throat. You can have a lot of problems there, right? And that's what my crystal teacher mentions a lot, is that she's been having a lot of issues with her throat now because of all the things she's kept inside within herself, a lot of things she suppressed in her life, right? So I'm pretty much in the same way, and I do pretty much suppress a lot of things internally, but I'm learning now to just speak it and release it and express it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of doing some vlogs right now, in order to kind of just give an update on things in my life, and most importantly, kind of just release whatever's inside of me that needs to be released, right? This whole house hunting thing has been quite stressful. I mean, it's my first time getting a house, and my partner Kevin is mostly really good at this. I'm not that good. If it were me, I wouldn't really be into this house hunting thing, but apparently, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's pretty good. It's a good investment. So he's really into that. So I'm just going along. But I've been learning a lot through my realtor, a lot about mortgages and houses and stuff like that. But I still have a dream to have like a tiny house somewhere, or a van conversion somewhere, and I'm still gonna do it. I still want to save up and build it and make my own van, like a travel van, so I can travel around the world with it, right? And at the same time, like a little cabin or a tiny house. I think a cabin would be really nice, having your own cabin with a fireplace, right? So I think it's one of my dreams. It's one of our goals is to have a land later on, and and kind of living a more of a 5D kind of reality, right? Kind of leaving the 3D. One of my goals lately, I've been really thinking about that lately, and I feel like it has something to do with like a purpose, you know, like a mission, that I was put here in the age of Aquarius to kind of birth new things. But it's just been so difficult because I have been so, let's just say, I've been really involved in the matrix kind of life, right? In terms of my career, my job, and in terms of even getting a mortgage, right? A house, right? It's still pretty much living in the matrix, right? You're living in you know, the government's, in the grid, basically. You're not off grid. So it's like my goal is to be off grid eventually, and to form an alternative way of living, you know, planting your own vegetables, planting your own food, you know, and using solar panel, free energy, right? Even gathering your own water. So yeah, there's just so much dreams, you know. I just have so much visions that I would love to accomplish, but not just by myself. I feel like I need to do it with other people, right? But I guess I've just not had the opportunity, I guess, to work with others, or it's probably just not the time, I guess. Like, I have this theory, okay, and it's this theory that's been kind of like forming inside of me because of the experiences I went through the couple of years. I feel like this is what's happening, is that there's a lot of seeds that are being planted now, right? A lot of people have reincarnated to be these seeds, right? And these seeds are going to be like big trees. That's what I see. They're going to be big trees. It's going to have room for many nests, right? And right now, these trees are just seeds now. They're not trees yet. It's going to take years and years before it becomes a tree, before what these seeds have formed will become a tree in the next generation, probably even in our grandkids, right? Probably we won't be there to see the fruits of our labors when our seeds have become trees, right? So what do I mean about these seeds? I feel like people are these seeds, right? So you're seeing a lot of people kind of being pioneers and kind of buying land now. A very young generation, right? Early 20s, even early 30s, no, late 20s, early 30s, right? So you see a lot of them. And one of them I'm watching is Hannah and Derek. You can see, I think Derek is called Handyman. And you see them build their own, you see them create an alternative way of living. And you see the steps and process that they go through to build that. my point with this whole Hannah and Derek thing, that they're on YouTube that you can watch. They're such a great inspiration because they totally left, they went off grid completely, sold their home and completely started to live in their own property. So they basically bought a land, they built a tiny house, they lived there for a couple of years, and now they're building like this massive house all on their own. Mostly Derek, her husband, is building it, and she helps him along with it as well. She has her own online business with nutrition and food, high carb diet basically. So anyways, they're both like these seeds that have already kind of sprouted, right? And that's what I see with them, is that they have already kind of sprouted themselves. They have already been planted, and they are already manifesting a lot already, and they're very ahead, right? So these are kind of pioneers that I'm talking about in this new kind of era, right? And there's going to be more of them, right? And I personally feel that I'm one too, that I'm a seed as well, and that I have encountered other seeds along my journey as well, and have felt a very strong connection with a lot of them, right? And due to certain circumstances, we were not able to kind of form a stronger bond, right? Due to personal situations that I'm going through, and life that takes you in a different direction and takes them in a different direction, right? So I've met many seeds, right, that are also pioneers, and I can sense like this kind of freshness of a new era in them, as well as like they see the same visions as I do, right? And so, and there's many of them. I've seen not just one, I've met quite a few and have a very strong connection with them. And I feel like nothing has manifested yet because it's not yet time, because I think we're still babies. Like, we've just started, like we've just been planted basically, right? It wasn't our time to be planted yet, but now we're starting to be planted. And I feel like that's where we're heading, and it's just so beautiful to see how they're starting to spread now, like sprout, I mean. And even though we may not be connected physically, there's still an energetic connection where, like, as if you know where they're heading, and you know that you're heading in the same path, but it's just not time yet to kind of unite our forces to create something bigger than ourselves, right? And that's basically called synergy. Basically seeing a life coach, right? And I did this test, right? And it basically tells you your energetic profile. And it's interesting to see the differences in my energetic profile when I'm stressed and when I'm balanced. So apparently we have different types of levels, and those levels kind of gives you a description of your personality and how you behave when you're under stress, or how you behave when you are in a balanced state, right? Or very grounded, right? So one interesting level that I was very drawn to was level 6. And apparently my level 6 is quite high when I'm in a balanced state, right? And I'm not under stress or pressure, right? So I have a very high level 6. And I was reading through it with my life coach, and she basically was kind of talking about it, and I was very drawn to it. And she was basically talking about synergy and what it was, and I didn't really know much about what it was, actually, to be honest, right? But I was so drawn to it for some reason because of how she briefly described it, right? And I looked it up, and well, she told me already what it was, and then by hearing her say that, it completely made sense why I was so drawn to it, right? So I'm just gonna read it here. Synergy is an interaction or cooperation giving rise to a whole that is greater than the simple sum of its parts. The term synergy comes from the Attic Greek word, well, I don't know how to pronounce it, which means working together. So I feel like this explains the whole seed theory that I was talking about, whereas these seeds including myself, have to first sprout and grow and build something of their own before they can unite with other seeds that have built something, right? To build something greater than ourselves and themselves, right? So when these big groups kind of unify, right? A lot of these seeds are placed in certain parts of the world, and we're placed in certain parts of the world. And I feel like we're pioneers as well. But it can get very lonely as well, because the whole point is to kind of see it as a network, right? The earth, right? So we need to spread that energy around the earth, right? And that's the message I'm getting, is that it can get lonely because of that reason, because of spreading around the world, right? And balancing that energy, or becoming those pioneers in different parts of the world, so that eventually the whole world can become that. But we're just seeds right now, right? And I do feel that I'm part of it too, and I have met a few seeds as well, and there's many more around the world, right? And one example that's very popular on YouTube is Hannah and Derek. So I'll leave their links below. So if you're interested to see their adventures and their journeys, I definitely recommend them, and other people as well. So yeah, and I feel like it can get quite lonely, right? Because we can't we can't unite yet, right? Because it's just not time yet, right? I'm just gonna read here about level 6, okay? And the energy level 6, and we all have this, but sometimes due to our stress levels, it can be very low. In case of mine, when I'm stressed, it goes very low, but when I'm balanced and when I'm myself, it's very high. So, and I resonate with this very strongly with the definition of synergy, right? Like as if it's a purpose in the future. Energy level 6. This high to very high anabolic energy is associated with the core thought of synthesis, which is the blending away of the illusion of individuality, and instead the ability to see the whole. So the ability to see the whole picture, and instead of seeing ourselves as just individuals, right? In lieu of just its parts. She's playing with her little ball. People with level 6 energy see everyone and everything as a part of themselves. Level 6 is a place where intuition comes alive. Creative geniuses, visionaries, and brilliant and conscious leaders in all walks of life tap into this level of energy and use it to create new and exciting innovations and variations for everyone's benefit. At level 6, there is a sense of connection with everyone and everything. This leads to a we always win perspective. This means that in reality, no one really ever loses. All that happens has purpose and value. And by taking a long instead of a short view of life and its circumstances, a purpose can be found in everything that happens. Level 6 energy brings a permanent sense of pleasure, satisfaction, and joy. So that's very beautiful. I really connect with that message and the message of synergy. Okay, so you know, if you feel that you haven't found that community yet or your people yet, I feel it's because it's not time yet, because you have to first build yourself up and who you are first. And I feel like when you have those connections with other people, it's very important you maintain those connections even if you're not working together yet, because I feel like those people are going to be very important to you in the future, right? And I mean, there will be moments of separation in this connection because of your focus and what you need to do. But always make sure to come back, you know, and stay connected to those people that you felt a very strong bond with in regards to the same purposes that you have, right? Because I really feel that you're going to work together with them, or I'll work together with them, or they may work with me, or these people may work with these people, or you may work with somebody, right? I'm just talking about everyone. So, how important networking is. And in college, they teach us to network because I remember in a lecture, the teachers would say, be nice to everyone, even your classmates, because you never know who's going to be your boss in the future. Right? Or who you're going to work under, right? Your friend can probably be your boss, or you may be the boss, or you may be the supervisor, who knows. So it's very important to stay connected. And basically networking also helps you get those jobs. So a lot of the jobs I got was because of networking, because of the friends and the people we met hooked us up to those jobs, right? So that's reality. Nobody ever succeeds by doing it themselves. It's all like support and help with each other that helps us succeed, right? So, and I can go on a whole other topic with this, so I won't talk too much about it. So it's very important to always stay connected, right? And even if you don't like the other person too, because I met a few people I didn't really like in my college years, right? But it was good to stay connected still, right? For those reasons, right? And then you later on start to, things change in the future and people change, and you may have a close bond with them later on in the future, right? So which I did, it's like you get to meet them again, right? When they're older, and then you see them in a different perspective, and so they do also with you. So things change in life, and it's better to stay connected with them, right? So in regards to the spiritual community, or in regards to kind of the people who are also pioneers and want to form a new society in life, right, and are these seeds, it's very important that when you encounter other seeds that you feel a strong bond with, to still maintain a connection with them in one way or another, right? Even though they may not be doing exactly what you're doing, they will have a purpose, a very important role to play with for you in the future. That's my advice, right? And that's what I always want to do too. I always want to kind of stick with those connections, even though life tends to drift me away once in a while. I would always like to come back and connect with those people again, some way or form, if they still feel that connection with me as well. So yeah, because I feel like we're all gonna form like a synergy together in the future, right? And that's just gonna be the beginning. I mean, oh my goodness, these seeds are gonna sprout and grow very quickly and very big. And it's supposed to, because it's supposed to last for generations. It's supposed to form a new structure, right, in our society, in this Aquarian age, in this new era, right? It's sad that we probably won't be able to see it in the future later on, because it'll be for our grandkids and their children later on. So, but what's important is that we get to live this. The beginning parts of it is the most beautiful parts, I feel personally, right? And the being the founders of it, right? So that's what's important, and the connection with your teammates, with the same seeds that are creating the same vision as you. That's beautiful. That's fulfillment right there. Okay. All right, guys. So this vlog was pretty long. Well, actually, I've been doing my best to kind of shorten them up, so they're pretty short now, I feel. Well, at least this one is. So I hope you guys stayed until the end after my whole intro vlog, and hopefully you guys stayed for me talking for a bit. But if not, that's okay. And if you did, thank you so much. You're awesome. All right, guys. So have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye. Hi. Are you playing with your little ball? Huh? Is that your favorite ball? You have 2 pink balls there, huh? Hey, little Lily. Are you camera shy? Is that why you're quiet now? Hi.